All right, we are making some headway without even yet leaving the classroom. We have uncovered old eyewitness sketches, sketches made from eyewitness descriptions, lost for 43 years, that prove, final proof, A, the hibagon is the Japanese Bigfoot or Sasquatch, or at least his doppelganger. B, there is a breeding population. C, there is a wide range of sizes, shapes, appearances. D, there appears to be a high degree of sexual dimorphism. Done. If there is ever a third edition, and it's more likely there will be a second book than a third edition, we can make these categorical claims. This is now established fact. Trust the hibagon science. The canonical sketch, cheesed off face, skinny little shoulders, looks about like me on a bad day when I was maybe 6. You know, Camera Girl's big sister, senior camera girl, looked quite like me at this age, but of course prettier. Camera Girl, if you want to know what she looks like, take me at age 3, but prettier. So what do hibagon look like exactly? Well, not like this. Talk about your legendary accretions. You can see them at work here. We have 3 photos. I'll warn you, they're all pretty bad. They're all blob squatches. That's too bad, but it's just so. This is the famous one, August 15th, 1974. Guy driving along in Hiwacho, that is in red here, just southwest of Mount Hiba. He saw an animal walking on all 4s along the road. When the animal sensed the car, it stood up on 2 legs and walked into the trees. The story goes that it was hiding and peeking behind a persimmon tree. But this blogger thinks that the photo is better interpreted this way. This photo, not terribly helpful to me. This is my favorite, a large hibagon walking in snow. This guy is clearly not this guy. I'm not an expert photo analyst or an expert Bigfoot expert, but this is a big guy. This is a little guy. When stupid NASA, who have been caught lying so many times, no one should believe anything they say, my opinion. I don't believe anything they say. So don't take this as an endorsement of NASA. But when they said that they sent this plaque off to the aliens, they drew these people as representative people. Well, fair enough. You can't draw everyone in the world. I don't know why they didn't include a child, maybe a girl and a boy and a baby. Look, I still like this sketch. It might be the hamburger meat made from several different cows of sketches. It might be the Oscar Mayer hot dog wiener of sketches. But it feels like an old friend to me. But I've always thought it was a juvenile. The cadaver looks very different. And it was always dumb to assume that all hibagon look more or less the same, any more than all people look the same. I don't look like this guy, or this lady. So I'm very, very glad to have these additional eyewitness sketches. This is progress. You can call it small progress or slow progress, but hey, at least it's progress. And that's great. There's not a lot of other progress being made, not in the hibagon department. So I say, this is a young one. This is a mature female, a lady. And this is a mature male. That's how I interpret it. Now, the male is partial, sadly. So I tried to reconstruct him. Now, I'm not a real artist or a professional forensic hibagon reconstructor. I'm just a guy donating my time, doing this for free. So don't complain if you don't like the result. But this is what I did. I clipped out all of this, and we are lucky because it looks like this comes to the bridge of his nose. So if this guy is basically symmetrical, you see where I'm going. So I cut it out, flipped it over horizontally, and put it together with the original. Then I filled in the face and body as well as I could. I picked colors for the body from this sketch. I didn't introduce any new colors for him. I took colors from the other sketches for the foliage. Then at last I put on a Gaussian blur to sort of blend the colors together more naturally. So here he is. Voila. Now imagine you're hiking alone on Mount Hiba and you come around a corner and meet this fellow. Yeah. The coloring surprises me. I always thought these things were all black. Shows the mistake of being closed-minded and assuming too much and making you know what you make when you assume too much. How big is he? Well, this cadaver is 6'5", and I think it's a female. Now, I am only 10% taller than my wife. 10% taller than my wife. If this guy is only 10% taller than his wife, that makes him 7 feet tall. Now, I'm a short guy. I'm shorter than average. If this guy's 7 feet tall, what's the average? I don't know. This is for a guy who's 10% taller than his wife. Okay, so he's 7 feet tall, a smidgen over. Twice as big as a man was one eyewitness description, and he meant girth, bulk, not height. The description from Aomori, remember? As big around as a sumo wrestler, but much taller. How much does he weigh? Well, of course, if he's twice as wide as a man, he's also twice as thick. So that's actually more like 4 times as big as a man. Those are some wonky-looking blocks, Kyle. Yeah, they're wonky blocks. I told you, I'm not an artist. Now, the ideal weight for a 7-foot man is this. This guy is definitely on the chunky side, so what? 900 pounds? 1,000 pounds? Imagine 1,000 pounds of hungry hibagon jumping on you. Imagine 1,000 pounds of affectionate hibagon jumping on you on your arranged marriage wedding night. Now this china cabinet with this vase on top that's right about 7 feet tall and right about twice as wide and as deep as me. This is about the size of this character right here, from the best that I can make out. So what do hibagon look like exactly? Well, what do people look like exactly? We have to allow, for now, quite a lot of range. Junior, mother, father, scary father. Okay, on that point, I am going to end this video. Except for one person. One lady, a lady in our group, messaged me privately asking about one other person, one gentleman in our group, expressing some interest. Yeah. Would that lady please continue watching? And would everyone else please just pack up your books and leave. You're free to leave. Yeah, I want to speak only to this lady. So everyone else, that's right. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye. Okay, honey, thanks. I hate to speak ill of anyone, but this is one of those times where you're darned if you do and you're darned if you don't, if you know what I mean. If I say something, I'm going to feel bad. If I don't say something, then I'm going to feel a lot worse down the road, and maybe you too. Dirty Dan doesn't have a very good history with women. Just say that. No, I don't want to go into... Well, there was one episode he was sending dirty naked pictures of himself, like NASA. And that's not the worst of it by far. Okay? He was kind of a ne'er-do-well in town. Doesn't have a good history, period. He was unemployable. We gave him a job because you hate to see a man without any self-worth. You want him to feel good about himself or something. So we gave him a job guarding the moss garden, and he's all right. He's a little lazy. He's not even all that bad. That's the really frustrating thing. He has good points. He's well, he has good points. He's loyal. You can trust him as long as you're not a lady, and as long as he's not been drinking. When he gets a drink, he gets a little argumentative, gets a little combative. But yeah, my opinion, he's not ready for a serious relationship. He needs to work on himself a little more. My opinion, I might be wrong. Yeah. Okay. Well, I love you, and I didn't want to see you get hurt. Okay. You're welcome. Yeah. Bye.